What is going on, everybody? Back at it again with another YouTube video. And today, what else am I going to be talking about with the Sixers, you might ask? Is it going to be, what the lineup's going to be? Nah, I already made a video on that. Is it going to be, about Zach LaVine and possibly getting him on the team? Not yet. But today we're going to be talking about a liar. And that liar's name is Brett Brown. Because for some reason, with the Sixers, you might ask, is it going to be, what the lineup's going to be? Nah, I already made a video on that. Is it going to be, about Zach LaVine and possibly getting him on the team? Not yet. But today we're going to be talking about a liar. And that liar's name is Brett Brown. Because for some reason, he lied to Philly. It looks like he did anyways. But before I get into that, make sure you guys smash that like button. Comment down below what you think of Brett Brown, because I know a lot of people don't like him. And subscribe. We're on the road to 1K. We're at 524 right now, I think. So let's hit that subscribe button and let's grow the family out. But to get into today's video, Ben Simmons was on Instagram today. There was videos of Ben Simmons all day today dunking the basketball. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but Brett Brown said a couple days ago that Ben Simmons was going to work his way back into, playing basketball at an elite level. He was not 100%, even though we all thought he was 100%. I thought he was 100% anyways. But it turns out that Ben wasn't 100%. Even though he had months and months and months, now all of a sudden he's not healthy yet. Now it is June 18th. The season returns July 31st. If Ben isn't 100% and he's doing the dunks that he's doing, and I will put a video of that in this video, there's a serious problem. Because Ben Simmons looks fine to me. He looks just like he did when the season was being played out. He looks okay. Now, yesterday, if you guys haven't already seen my live stream with Philly Take with RB and Steven Conrad Jr., if you guys haven't already, go subscribe to their channels. I will put their links in the description. But if you guys haven't already checked out that video, if you weren't a part of the live stream yesterday, we were talking about Brett Brown. And, some pretty big Philly YouTubers had their intakes on it, had their inputs on it. Philly Sports Talk with Broads was one of them. Philly Talk Podcast was another one. Philly Mike and Broads both commented about Brett Brown, basically saying that they were pretty much disagreeing with each other, but they had good points. Now, Broads, his was you need star players. It's not always on coaching. It's not 100% on coaching. You don't need a coach to win a championship in the NBA. Now, we talked about it, me, RB, Steven, and Broads. We did talk about it. I do see what Brett is saying. It is more on the players in the NBA world than it is the coach. Maybe not for football, maybe not for baseball, maybe not even for hockey. But here's my thing with Brett Brown. Brett Brown, even if it's not 100% on him, even though people like to say it's 100% on him, I still don't think he's a good coach. I think you need a serviceable coach in order to, do good. In order to win championships, I think you need a serviceable coach. Brett Brown has had some very bad losses this season alone, and they've all come on the road. The Hawks, the Wizards, the Warriors was the big one, the Magic. We've had some bad losses on the road, and we've had some great wins at home. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks on Christmas Day, Celtics twice. So it seems like he can coach, but I don't think he has the players' respect. And that is why I don't think Brett Brown can continue as the coach. I think it is time for a new scene. I think it's time for some new scenery in Philadelphia. Because I don't see Brett Brown winning a championship with this team. And maybe it's not 100% on him. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. Maybe it's on Ben Simmons not shooting. Maybe it's on Tobias Harris not being, the way he was in LA. Maybe it's because Joel Embiid's at the perimeter. But then you look at stuff like that. Ben not shooting, Tobias not playing like he was in LA, and Embiid only scoring like 23 points this season instead of the 27 he averaged last year. You look at that, and then you ask yourself, well, that's coaching. That's a scheme. That's an offensive play. That's an offensive rotation. And it just seems like he doesn't do it correctly. And I think it goes both ways. I think you can blame some of it on the players, and I think you can blame some of it on Brett. I'm going to blame most of it on Brett just because I don't think he is. That is my personal opinion. I do not think Brett Brown wins a championship with Philadelphia. I don't think he ever wins at all, period. Unless if it is this season. This is his best chance. If he makes it to the finals, I don't even know if he's secured a job then. It's going to depend on what the players do. But just some of the things that Brett Brown does, it's questionable. It is very questionable to me. His rotations in the lineup, his starting lineup, the way he just runs an offense, it really does bother me. There's no reason to have 4 guys on the perimeter, sometimes 5 at the same time, when there's only really 2 good shooters on the perimeter. There's no reason to have Al Horford on the perimeter every single play. There's no reason that Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons should not have a 2-man game and run pick and rolls. There's no reason for that. And that's on coaching. That is when you have to put your foot down and say, look, if you're not running the plays correctly, you're going to get taken out. And then they'll learn. I understand. It's Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons. They're grown men. They want to do what they want to do. But we've been seeing the same coach, the same movement, the same scheme for 7 years now. And we haven't made it out of the second round once. Now, I understand you had the shot last year. Boston completely... We got outcoached. We got outplayed by Boston. And then we were trashed basically every other year besides that. But you look at the team last year, just the starting 5s. Ben, JJ, Jimmy, Tobias, Embiid. Why couldn't that team why couldn't that team beat the Raptors, who had Lowry, who had, I don't even know their shooting guard. I don't think it was Van Vliet. Oh, Danny Green, Kawhi, Siakam, and Gasol. Now that is a very good lineup. I'm not saying it's not. But when you look at the game and you look at the stats, other than game 1 when Siakam went off for like 30 points, it was all Kawhi. Why couldn't we shut down Kawhi? Or why couldn't we beat Kawhi Leonard? Not Kawhi Leonard and company, Kawhi Leonard. It's questions that you have to ask like that. That, like, we got outcoached by a first-year coach. We got outplayed by one man. Who does that fall on? Brett or Embiid and Simmons and Harris and Butler and JJ? Who does it fall on? Because when you take Embiid out and you put in Greg Monroe and he's a -9 in 2 minutes of play and you don't score for 4 straight minutes, who's that on? Is it on Brett because his lineup isn't working and it sucks? Or is it on the players not finding their shot, not making their shots, not taking the opportunity to score the basketball? So I do see what Broads is saying. And then Philly Mike put in a comment that said it's like 35% coaching in the NBA, but sometimes it seems like there's only 10%. Like he said something like that. Like it's a lot of coaching and GM in basketball or in football and baseball, and in hockey and basketball it's really just the players you surround the other guys with. And I understand that. So they kind of agreed, but then they kind of disagreed at the same time. I'm going to say it again. This whole video started off as Brett Brown lying to us. Ben Simmons looks fine. If you haven't already seen the video, he looks fine. And I put it in this already. He looks fine. He was dunking, and I understand he's 6'10", and it doesn't take much for him to dunk. Look at the dunks that he was doing. And it's not even just about the dunks. He looks fine. You're going to tell me that every single player is 100% during the season? Because they're not. No player is 100% every single game all year long. It's just not possible. Literally, it's just not possible. I don't know. Comment down below, though, if you think Brett Brown is a good coach, is an average coach, is a bad coach. Should he stay? Should he go? Because I'm leaning towards he should go, no matter what. Unless if we win the title. If we win the title, then you run it out. Then you sign him back for 1 year. You let him stay for 1 more year. And if he falls apart again, then he's gone. Because it's not a pandemic this time. But as of right now, I'm leaning towards he has to go. You have to start over. You have to change the scenery around. And I will make a video on who I think the Sixers should sign as the head coach. Who I think is a realistic chance. Who I want. Who I don't think is going to be here, but could. Yeah. But Brett Brown lied. That's the main thing. That's what makes me so mad. Is that Brett Brown lied. And it looked, well, maybe he didn't lie, but it looks like he lied. And that doesn't sit well with me. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for all the support you have given me since no sports. When sports do come back, this channel is going to be amazing. It's going to, I already love the channel. I already love what I do. But it's going to be very, very different. There's going to be straight raw emotion, just like the draft. It's going to be fun. So make sure you guys are there for that. Hit that bell, subscribe, like, and comment. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you all for watching, and I'm out. Peace.